It's sort of like letting a demon out of a bottle. This whole YouTube block. You see something that you like, you think, oh, I know, I'll have a go at that. Usually I think you'll find that you'll probably be a bit shit at it, but you find something that you like doing, that you think, oh, I'm not too bad at that, and you can't stop doing it. It becomes sort of like, almost like a drug addiction. Yes, YouTube addiction. I think there should be an entire channel dedicated to that, which would be a bit, contradictory, really, wouldn't it? A YouTube channel for YouTube addicts. What a great idea. I should market that. YouTubeaddicts.com. Anyway, another Transformers review. Going way back this time, back into the dingy depths of the earliest Transformer molds that were actually taken from two Japanese toy lines. Diaclone and Micro Man. Yes, there weren't. I don't think there were any original Transformers molds. I don't know enough about it. But what I do know is that a great deal of the earlier molds, Optimus Prime, Soundwave, came from these two lines, which is why you've got cockpits in characters like Optimus Prime and in these guys. Now, as you can see, this is Generation 1 Insecticon Bombshell, and I got this guy with his fellow Insecticons in that triple re-release pack that came out not too long ago, and they've all. I love animal Transformers. I think they're not really robots in disguise, are they? Because if you saw a huge rhinoceros beetle, a huge mechanical rhinoceros beetle in the street, you would probably pay attention to it. I know I would. I'd be curious. I'd be mildly curious at most. But even so, fantastic. I love these guys. They're not like the Beast Wars Transformers. No. They are not perfect recreations of a particular creature. They're sort of more like mechanical approximations of the creature, sort of like what a vehicle would look like if it were designed after a rhinoceros beetle. Makes perfect sense to me. He's got little wheels. I've always liked that. That's a holdover from his Diaclone days, as is this little oh, you can't open it in this mode. I'll show you when he gets to robot mode. But he's got a little cockpit there with the Decepticon symbol on it. There's actually a seat in there as well for his Diaclone pilot, because he was originally a vehicle, not a robot, but he's a robot now. Bombshell, one of my favourite characters actually from Generation 1. He's a very sinister chappy. He's the Decepticon psychologist. Yes, he's obsessed with the workings of the mind and whatnot. And he has this wonderful ability. He fires cerebro shells out of his little proboscis thingy here, which burrow into skulls of human beings or Transformers, and he can remote control them. What a brilliant idea! And according to his universe entry, he's a sadistic son of a bitch. He enjoys doing things like making human beings pull off their own limbs and all sorts of that sort of thing. So he's a proper Decepticon, sadistic, cruel, rather intelligent, but evil son of a bitch. He's rather lovely. No articulation to speak of. This is a Generation 1 Transformer, so articulation doesn't matter. No. Instead of articulation, we had imagination back then. Oh yes, getting all old and like young people today about it. No, that's deeply unfair. Not true at all. But no, he doesn't have any articulation whatsoever. He's, apart from his proboscis can move up and down, and that's it. But I wouldn't advise doing it too much because it's very brittle and it will break. And then I don't know what he looked like. He certainly wouldn't look like any kind of insect then. But he's lovely. He's cute. He's a cute Insecticon. Look, he's little and blocky and big eyes. He's cute. He's very cute. I like him, and he rolls along rather nicely. Lovely colour scheme. All of these, there were Insecticons and there were deluxe Insecticons. This is just a normal Insecticon. And they've all got the same rather wonderful colour scheme. Him, Shrapnel and Kickback were part of sort of like an elite infiltration unit. They were like spies, but they had, because of there was a wonderful element of them. Their personality circuits had been corrupted or something, so they actually had insect-like characteristics, which was rather nice. I remember in the cartoon show there were hordes of them that could clone themselves. God knows why, but there were swarms of the things, and they ate everything. They were like locusts. All of them were like locusts, despite the fact that one of them is a stag beetle and one of them is a rhinoceros beetle. But logic does not apply in a world of giant alien transforming robots. The Michael Bay film should have taught you that, quite frankly, with its plotless nonsense wonderfulness. Right, onto the transformation. There you have it. Like most of the Transformers from this era, he's really easy to transform. There's nothing terribly complicated about him, and he's I think, a wonderfully successful robot. He's very distinct for the robots of this period, thanks to his rather unique features, like this hood thing and the mortar on his head. That's weird. I like it though. It works. And he's got, I don't know whether you can see there, but he's got a very, very distinct face. His jaw is like one of those Optimus Prime style face plates, but it's got little ribs in it, little holes like in a knight's helmet for breathing. It gives him a rather sinister look with those big eyes and everything, and his dark colour scheme. He's very cool. No articulation really. His arms go up and down, and because of the transformation they also move backwards and forwards, and his legs can go up and down. They do bend at the knee, but they bend the wrong way. Doesn't matter. It's a Generation 1. In fact, it's one of the earliest Generation 1 Transformers. He's got a lovely die-cast metal body there. So, no, we don't care about articulation for Generation 1 Transformers. We never have cared about articulation for Generation 1 Transformers. We don't care that 90% of them are bricks that you really can't play with, other than the fact that you can throw them about. He's just lovely. He's wonderful. He's an excellent little Transformer. And I like all of the Generation 1 Insecticons. I don't like the deluxe Insecticons very much, but I do like these. And I said I'd show you the little... Look, he's got a cockpit. Look, woo, and because this is the re-release, see, they came with little Energon cubes. Don't know whether you can see that there. Look at that little pink, purple Energon cube. That's cute. I like that. You can put that in his chest compartment, so it actually has a function now, other than just being a bit of an oddity. But there you are, Generation 1 Bombshell. I like him a lot. If you like posability in your Transformers, if you're one of the latter-day Transformers fans, then probably don't bother with him. And he's reasonably expensive, especially if you buy one of the original ones with its box and all its bits. He'll be reasonably expensive. But the re-releases aren't too bad. They're actually quite cheap. And they're a nice bit of sort of arcana to own for Transformers fans, really, the Insecticons. They're cute. They're very, very cool. And I like the fact they have this sort of special ops, this black ops quality about them, which they particularly had in the Dreamwave comics. I love the way these guys were portrayed in the Dreamwave comics. Shame that it died. Because I regard that as the definitive Transformers continuity, personally. But I'll do the other Insecticons, of course, at some point. So, there you are. Whee!